All right, so I'm finally caught up on My Hero Academia. I love this series. It is fantastic. And recently, it has just been so good, chapter by chapter. It's just been phenomenal. Now, I wouldn't say it's a perfect series. I do think they should have left school a long time ago. But there are a lot of great moments in this. And one of the things I want to talk about is the most recent chapters. So we had the confrontation between Dabi and Endeavor. You know, Dabi is at the point of literally exploding and like killing like civilians, and it's going nuts because he shouldn't be this powerful, but he is, and he's just engulfing everything in flames. Even Endeavor doesn't stand a chance. And like, I love it because Endeavor has had such a good journey in this story, because when he's introduced, he is essentially the kind of a villain, because, you know, he is a monster. You know, he mistreated his family, and then like throughout this story we've had like a redemption arc for him, so now we can kind of feel for him a bit more. And you know, Dabi has killed loads of people, but like he's still like, you're my son, you know, come here, you know, I will look after you, I'm sorry for what I've done to you. And it's so heart touching and so heartfelt. It's just brilliant. Like, it's not even Endeavor in this as well, because like a lot of the focus is actually towards the whole family. Like, everyone gets involved. Like the mum, she's getting incinerated. She covers herself with an eye. She's like, Dabi, you know, calm down. And he's like, he is very reluctant because he does still love his mother and he doesn't want to cook her to a crisp. But, you know, the hate comes through him and he kind of like, he gets a bit more wild, and then the rest of the family come in, and then like, there's a very much back and forth between them where he's kind of going, you know, it's frustrating him as well. You can tell by like all the facial expressions and everything, even though like he is essentially like charcoal at the moment, he is still very expressive. And it's just great seeing the whole family come together, because if you had this set a few months prior, you know, Endeavor's family just hated him, so that just wouldn't have worked. And like having them all like supporting him and Dabi is just brilliant. And then of course you get Shota with like the final bit, which is fine. It's cool. It serves its purpose. But for me, the whole family coming together, and then when Dabi is finally defeated, having Endeavor just crawling to his body and then just holding him is such a beautiful moment. And then even whilst he's doing that, Dabi is still cussing him, and he's like, I don't like you. I hate you all. Just die. Fantastic. And then you get to the Toga and Ukahara section, and I don't think they've had as much development, so it's hard going from such a brilliant story to this story, but I still like it and it's still enjoyable, you know, having them go through back and forth. You know, you get to see a bit of Toga's origin story, which, you know, all the villains seem to have like this something wrong in their past, and you're supposed to feel sympathetic for them. Yeah, it doesn't work with when you give it to every single villain. And, you know, I like Toga the way she is, and like, you know, making her sympathetic really didn't work for me. I like Yukihara connecting with her, saying, you know, I've always been jealous of your smile, and, you know, challenging her, even though like she's beaten to a pulp. But it kind of ends on a cliffhanger with them kind of almost touching. So I'm interested to see, you know, if something actually happens. It'll be really interesting if bloody Toga kills her. That would be like, whoa. But I don't think it's that kind of story, so I don't think we're going to get that, because I think Ukahara needs to have her moment with Deku, and like the love needs to happen. But, you know, I'm really interested to see where it goes.